And Diptyka Laurent joins me in the studio. Good to see you.
Hi, Delano.
You're starting out in Poland, where, the country's been left in mourning after that shocking death of the mayor.
That's right. Pawel Adamowicz was his name. He was stabbed in front of hundreds of people in his city of Gdansk during a charity event. Murdered with hatred, the Polish daily Fact says on its front page. Another Polish daily saying, "Farewell, dear Pawel," adding that his murder is a, quote, blow to the core of Polish democracy.
Now, he was an outspoken critic of the government, wasn't he?
That's right. There are no links between that to his death right now, but Adamowicz was a high-profile critic of the ruling right-wing party. His political stance was in stark contrast to theirs. He supported gay rights. He advocated accepting more asylum seekers in the country, which did earn him a lot of insults and abuse from the right-wing papers. His murder, for Politico at least, represents that sort of division, the polarization that exists in Poland right now.
Now, you're switching continents next, and you're heading to Africa, where the high-profile trial begins into the death of a former ally of Paul Kagame.
That's right. This inquest looks into the murder of Colonel Patrick Karegeya. He'd been appointed by Prime Minister Paul Kagame to oversee foreign intelligence. When Karegeya began to challenge the president's authority, he was stripped of his rank, he was sacked and thrown into prison. When he got out of prison, he joined the opposition party, became a prominent opposition figure. Then in 2013, he was found strangled to death, in a South African hotel. It's been long suspected that the government did play a part in the killing. They deny it. The British daily The Times warns that this inquest comes at a time when Rwanda's public image is thriving. It's seen as a beacon of post-genocide African stability. A lot of it attributed to Paul Kagame himself. This could all be tainted by this inquest, of course. In fact, a South African legal expert, according to The Guardian, has called Karegeya Rwanda's Khashoggi, in reference to Jamal Khashoggi, the Saudi journalist killed by a Saudi hit team last year.
Back in October. Now, to the UK next. It's another... Every day seems to be a big day for Theresa May, but this is a particularly big day for her.
That's right. This is a big day. There's a vote in Parliament taking place. A lot of people in the press advocating for MPs to back Theresa May, to back her plan, including former Foreign Minister William Hague, who pens his support for May in the Telegraph today, saying she may have her faults as a leader, but she has shown, quote, persistence, integrity, and grit, and she's giving she's giving us her honest view of what's best for the country. Same thing for the Daily Mail, which says it's time to put your country first. The tabloid urging lawmakers to back Theresa May's deal so it can leave the EU and end the political paralysis. Won't be an easy feat, though, for the Swiss cartoonist Chapat. The mess that is Brexit could be likened to one giant, authentic British pudding.
Speaking of leaders under pressure over in the United States, Donald Trump has been digging in his heels, vowing to continue with this partial government shutdown, which has already become the longest in history, and it's affecting all facets of government life.
Even how the White House receives its guests, Delano. The website The Cut explains that President Donald Trump hosted a college football team on Monday after they won the playoff championship. You might expect, a fancy sit-down presidential dinner at the White House, right? No, well, not so much. We're in the midst of a shutdown, so the White House has reduced staff. The team were therefore treated to a meal of, quote, great American food, Big Macs, Filet-O-Fish, and pizza among them, served on silver platters, of course, and paid for by the president himself.
Well, it is his favorite food,
to be fair. That's true.
So it's, finally, from you, you have a video of a college gymnast routine who's gone viral and scored her a perfect 10?
Yeah, that's right. Scored her a perfect 10 at UCLA. This gymnast, her name is Caitlin Ohashi, provided a really joyful, high-energy routine that's now been viewed 25 million times and scored her a perfect 10. Let's take a look at just a little bit of that routine. It actually looks like she was on a trampoline while doing that routine. She was so bouncy in her moves. Anyway, she was actually a one-time Olympic hopeful, but said she kind of got broken by the constant pressure and the grueling schedule, hence why she turned to college gymnastics. She's, it's really resonated with a lot of people, her message, making a tough decision, leaving the Olympic level sports, finding her voice, finding her own success, and that's probably the reason why it's gone viral.
Who knows, maybe after the success of this video, she'll get back into it.
Maybe, hopefully.
Never say never. Thank you very much for that, Diptyka Laurent, there with a look at the press review. We're going to take a quick break. You can stay with us and check out previous editions of the press review on our website, france24.com.